Hey guys, John here once again for Plus One Daily. I am very honored, grateful, thankful that you have decided to spend a few minutes with me today to learn all about the crazy, crazy world of online business, affiliate marketing, personal growth, and steps to becoming a better bookworm. Speaking of books, as you guys know or may not know, I'm reading Adversaries into Allies by Bob Burg, the author of Go Giver and other types of awesome sauce books. Really enjoying this. Now, it's not teaching you how to turn your enemies into your buddies. It's actually more of, he calls it the master the art of ultimate influence, and persuasion, influence. Those terms get thrown around a lot because they're pretty dangerous. You can use them for manipulation, which is the dark side of the force, or you can go to the good side of the force, which is proper persuasion and influence. So he talked about this, and he actually quoted this inside of one of the pages that in the book, and it really resonated with me. And you're going to look over my left shoulder there, and it's going to say, "Don't blame the target." And what he talked about, and I'm going to try to frame this for you guys to real, because it was such a powerful message when I understood what he was talking about. Don't blame the target. And he's going to say, okay, you have two groups of people. You have the shooter and you have the target. And he's putting it into business context. So the shooter is you. You are the marketer, the business person. You are the shooter. You are trying to hit the target, your customer. Now, I know that gets a little graphic, but bear with me and you'll understand the huge nugget that it is. So we are, we're thinking that this target is moving, and we're trying to get better aim, and we're not, it's not working. The target's fault, and the target's moving, and the target's doing this. And how many times do we do that? Our customers are this, our lists aren't responsive, this market is dying, grr, we're all grumpy, we're upset, we're blaming the target. Well, the example is that you got to stop blaming the target. What you need to do is get better aim. Think about this. What's a good conversion rate in business these days, right? A good conversion rate, you send an email, 5 to 10%, you're laughing. I mean, like, people lose their mind. I know there's higher and lower, but let's just 10% is people will lose their mind for a 10% conversion. That means that the shooter is missing the target 90% of the time. We're missing the target 90% of the time, but we're blaming the target. It makes no sense. It's not it's our fault. It's not the target's fault that we're not hitting it. We are not getting better aim. How do we get better aim? That's the key. That's what you need to ask yourself. How do I get better aim so that I'm hitting the target more times than not? Ask better questions. Provide better service. Give more value. Communicate and network with your target more. That's how you get better aim. It's not the target's fault that you're missing it. You're not asking the right questions so that you zero in and you get the best aim possible. That's the nugget. That's the biggest lesson I got this week from reading this book is just that. Because I've been totally guilty of this. And I know people that are watching this may have been as well. We blame the target instead of our own actions. We never look in the mirror. We blame the world. We blame the government. We blame everybody and their mother for everything that's going on in our life, when it's actually us that we're not really aiming that directly, that properly. So how do you do it? And what this book said is that you ask better questions. You get better aim when you're asking questions. And how can you do that? Well, if you're into email marketing, you can do that by sending a survey. You can ask a question on a blog post. You can ask a question on Twitter and Facebook. How can I help you? How can I be of better service to you? How can I make sure that you're taken care of and that your needs are taken care of if you're going to be a customer of mine? We need to ask better questions to get better aim. There's this popular urban legend I get. 99% of stats are made up, right? But there's this thing I read years ago in a marketing book where the author stated retention trumps acquisition. And he said that if you retain 5% of your customer base, that could translate into a 30% increase in residual income every month. So take 5% turns into 30%. So I actually wrote that down, retention trumps acquisition. And a big part of my business is I want to learn how I can retain more of my customers. I do, me and my partners, we do it's a hard enough job to get customers in the first place with all the marketing that's done and the community and et cetera, et cetera. And we're just going to let them walk out the door. No, we got to ask better questions so that we can retain more of our customers. That will help your aim. That will help your aim. It's not the customer's fault that they left your business. It's something that you weren't offering enough value for them to say, you know what, I'm going to exchange my money for that value that this company is offering. So again, I'm not going to try not to get too sidetracked on what the big message was today. The big message is that we got to stop blaming the target, aka our customers, if they're not converting, if they're not buying stuff, if they're not upgrading. It's not the customer's fault. It's that we haven't been asking the right questions to get a better aim. So that's the question that you need to ask yourself. How do I become a better shooter, a better marketer? Because I hope you do, I know I do, I want to have the best aim possible so I can deliver the most value to my customers. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do share Plus One Daily with all your friends, family, and associates. And please comment below. Let me know if you've been reading this book, what you think of it, of course, but also your thoughts on the shooter and the target and how we can really implement that in our business today. Have a great day. Be good to each other, and I'll see you guys in the next video.